The movie begins by introducing 5 students who are aspiring scientists. The girl in the group whose head is shown is named Kate, and the other 4 are her friends. These individuals are weather scientists, specializing in the study of weather conditions. Kate is recording a video and explains that she has created a chemical liquid designed to alter the course of an approaching storm. With this chemical, they believe they can stop the storm from advancing. The group starts their journey in cars, heading toward the storm. As they get closer, Kate's friend Javi stops his car behind the others to activate the devices and monitor the storm's progress. Meanwhile, Kate and the others continue moving forward, carrying the chemical cans. As they approach the storm, visibility quickly fades, which makes Kate anxious. However, she soon notices the strong winds rapidly approaching them, causing the cans to topple. Everyone gets out of their cars, opens the cans, and releases the chemicals into the storm. When the storm hits and crashes into the cans, the chemicals mix into the storm. Kate and the team are excited by the result, and they begin to head back. At this point, the devices start collecting data, but they soon realize that the storm is intensifying, not dissipating. The storm becomes more destructive, and Javi reports that the chemicals had no effect on it. The group tests their car's speed and begins driving away as large debris starts hitting their car. Suddenly, another car crashes into them. They quickly exit their vehicles and run to seek shelter under a nearby bridge. During the chaos, one of Kate's friends is caught in the storm and is carried away, ultimately dying. Another friend is struck by heavy debris, resulting in their death as well. As Kate and the remaining friends scramble to escape, the storm continues to rage, and her last companion is also swept away. Kate holds onto a heavy object, managing to survive the storm while everyone else perishes. After hours, the storm finally subsides, and Kate emerges from the wreckage, witnessing widespread devastation, which leaves her devastated. The weather office and the team had not anticipated that the storm would be so catastrophic, affecting the entire city. In the aftermath, only Kate and Javi survive. 5 years later, Kate is living in New York and working at a weather office, focusing on reporting. She left her previous home because the memories of losing her friends in that storm haunted her. One day, Javi visits Kate at her office, seeking her help on a new project. He has developed a tracking system that can provide more accurate storm data, which can then be shared with others. Kate agrees to assist him, and they travel to Javi's company, where they meet his team. A well-known influencer named Tyler arrives with his team. His role is to enter the storm's heart and gather data on its severity. As soon as he arrives, he and his team start promoting their merchandise. Tyler approaches Kate and tries to engage with her, but she isn't interested and walks away. She joins Javi, and the team heads toward the storm site, with Tyler and his crew trailing them. Tyler's car comes close to Javi's, forcing Javi to swerve off to the side. As a result, they become separated from their team. The two groups reach the storm, which is now intensifying. They quickly get out of their vehicles, and Javi begins activating his devices while Kate watches the storm, a sight that rekindles her previous fear. She grows anxious and urges Javi to leave. He becomes frustrated with her decision, leaving his work unfinished as they return. Meanwhile, Tyler and his team, undeterred by the danger, proceed into the storm in their modified car. They secure the vehicle by drilling it into the ground to ensure it stays stable and protected from the storm's fury. From a safe distance, they set off fireworks and enjoy the thrill of the storm. Kate and Javi were also witnessing Tyler and his team's actions, and they were both quite astonished. As the evening approached, everyone headed to a hotel, and Tyler's team stayed there as well. It was the first time they all met Kate. During their conversation, Kate learned that each member of Tyler's team was well versed in storm science, and Tyler himself turned out to be a renowned scientist. Kate was surprised to discover this. Later, Javi met with a man, showing him land that had been damaged by the storm. The man was a dealer, and Javi began discussing the land's destruction with him. Meanwhile, Tyler tried to befriend Kate. Then, news of another storm reached them, and Tyler's team decided to head towards it. They found themselves facing 2 storms. One appeared much more dangerous, while the other seemed less threatening. To gather data, the team aimed for the less violent storm. However, Kate noticed a shift in the wind direction and urged Javi to head towards the more powerful storm instead. At first, they were hesitant, but eventually, they followed Kate's suggestion. As they did, the winds changed, and Tyler's team, who had been closer to the mild storm, got caught in its strong winds. Meanwhile, Kate and her team were forced to face the more intense storm, with dangerous conditions all around them. This time, Kate wasn't afraid. Instead, she gathered her courage and stood by Javi, helping him activate his devices. When Kate checked the map, she saw that a nearby village was severely affected by the storm. Upset by this, Kate decided to help the villagers. When she arrived, she was surprised to find Tyler and his team already there, helping by providing food and support. Tyler's team member explained that they were selling their belongings to assist the people in need, which warmed Kate's heart. At the same time, Javi had brought the land dealer to the village and was introducing him to the villagers. Kate found this odd but couldn't quite understand what Javi was doing. Later, when they returned to the hotel, Tyler came to visit Kate, bringing food for her. They finally became good friends, and they talked into the night. The next day, they attended a bull match together. While sitting on the ground, a sudden gust of wind appeared, resembling the force of an approaching storm. People became frightened and scattered in all directions. Seeing the panic, Kate and Tyler helped calm the crowd. They guided everyone to a nearby store, but the lack of a solid shelter made it dangerous, so Kate led them all under a bridge for safety. Among the crowd, there was a couple who tried to drive away in their car, but it got caught in the storm, leading to their tragic death. While everyone was hiding under the bridge, Kate protected a child and his mother. Meanwhile, Tyler went to help the shop owner who was stuck. However, a car crashed into them, and the shop owner was swept into the storm, losing his life as well. A few hours later, when the storm subsides, Chavo brings the dealer to meet the villagers. Meanwhile, Kate, who has pieced everything together, approaches Chavo and confronts him. She tells him that the dealer is trying to forcibly acquire the villagers' land, preying on their vulnerability after the storm. She accuses them of exploiting people's misfortune for their own greed, which she deems morally wrong. Chavo, however, dismisses her concerns, saying that she has no right to talk about right or wrong because her project mistake caused the loss of 3 of his friends. Kate, deeply hurt by his words, falls silent and feels saddened. Realizing his mistake, Chavo apologizes to Kate, but she is too upset to listen and decides to leave. She drives to her nearby house, where her mother is thrilled to see her after such a long time. Kate spends time looking through old-school projects, reliving her memories, when Tyler unexpectedly arrives. He tells her that he saw her on the news and assures her that she isn't at fault for what happened. Later, Kate, Tyler, and her mother share a meal together. The next day, Tyler asks Kate to collaborate with him on an old project that might help stop the storm. Kate becomes visibly upset, explaining that the project belongs to a late friend, and in her anger, she scolds Tyler and asks him to leave. However, as the evening goes on and Tyler starts to leave, Kate stops him and apologizes. She admits she now needs his help and agrees to work on the project together. The two of them begin working on the project, and their data and calculations seem to be accurate. They take the chemical cans into the storm once more and release the chemicals in the heart of the storm. This time, the storm grows intense but then gradually weakens and eventually stops completely. Kate is overjoyed, relieved that her project has finally worked. The next day, Xavi visits Kate to apologize once more. He admits that he had turned to the dealer for funding, taking the wrong path in the process. Kate forgives him, and they move on. The following day, Kate and Tyler head back into the storm, but this time Tyler's entire team joins them, as well as Xavi's team. As they venture deeper into the storm, the winds pick up, and the storm becomes so fierce that visibility is nearly impossible. Suddenly, Xavi's car is flipped upside down by the storm. Nearby, a mill loses power, leading to explosions, and the mill bursts into flames. Seeing the chaos, Xavi decides to retreat, and Tyler, Kate, and the rest follow suit, heading back toward the city. The storm's ferocity means that everything in their path is at risk. When they arrive in the city, they find it in complete disarray. Kate and Tyler direct the panicked people to seek shelter in a nearby theater. However, as they are doing so, a bus careens into Tyler, trapping his leg beneath it, while a water tank above them threatens to fall. Just in time, Xavi arrives and helps pull Tyler out from under the bus. The 3 of them rush to the theater to seek shelter, but the roof of the building suddenly collapses, causing many people to be trapped and killed by the storm. In the midst of this, Kate takes charge, deciding to calm everyone down. Without informing them, she retrieves a car with the chemical cans, determined to complete her experiment. Despite the chaos, she manages to secure the car and activate the devices, releasing the chemicals into the storm. As the chemicals spread, the sky begins to tremble, and the storm's intensity escalates. Kate perseveres, and gradually, the chemicals start dissolving into the storm. Slowly, the storm's ferocity diminishes, and after a few tense minutes, the storm finally stops, bringing calm to the area. As the danger passes, people begin to emerge from their shelters. Tyler and Javi approach Kate, who had been thrown from her car when it flipped but fortunately survived, albeit injured. The others join them and praise Kate for her bravery and determination. Later, we see Javi dropping Kate off at the airport, as she is heading back to New York to secure funding for her project. Tyler, who has developed feelings for Kate, arrives at the airport and learns that her flight has been delayed. He decides to stay with her, and they both return together. The story concludes with Kate, Tyler, and Javi working together on the project, promising to stay united and continue their collaboration. The journey of resilience and teamwork ends here. If you enjoyed this recap, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon for more recaps like this. I'll see you in the next one.